Welcome back to a brand new episode of Let's Not Do This podcast. Tuesday, November 21st, year of our Lord, 2023. You got three of the four unwise men. God damn it, I'm not unwise. I keep uncounting myself.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah,
you are.
Yeah, well, we got the big O here alongside two of the three unwise men here. Scotty Too Hottie, sir, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Got the good college basketball game going on tonight. Tennessee and Purdue. Got some good NBA tomorrow. I know you love that.
Oh boy! Okay, wait, what do we got? Like Bucks, Pistons, or something?
No, it's Bucks, Celtics. I think it's Bucks and somebody good. It's three good matchups, and then in a week full of football.
If somebody actually asked me to name a Detroit Piston, or they would like blow my brains out, I'd be dead. I have no idea. I'd say Bill Embiid. There's the last one that I knew. Maybe Rasheed Wallace. That's about it. And sitting here with a hat that is turned backward, he looks like a fatter, gayer Kevin Smith. One Chris Green. How are you, sir?
What
you got?
Silent.
You have more in common with Kevin Smith than I do.
No, I'm creative. I'm successful. Yeah.
I thought he was being Silent Bob for a second.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We would actually prefer that. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and make Chris Silent Bob for the rest of the show. That way.
I was just around the horn.
Yeah. Oh my God. Forgot that I have that power there. All right, boys. So a couple days before Thanksgiving here, set the table a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about Virginia Tech. It's my favorite week of the year. It's Rivalry Week. It's Hate Week. I was going to put Hate Week as the title of the episode, but I figured given the YouTube algorithms and stuff, the word hate these days will be good to put in there.
Yeah, we could definitely get the wrong crowd on that one.
Hey, I don't know, man.
I'll take any crowd.
That's true.
I don't know. We might get some Israel and Palestine views, and they're all looking for to hate each other's side. And we're talking Michigan, Ohio State, so never. Yeah. We take all kinds here. So, yeah. But yeah, I left it off the algorithm there. So we got that. Then we'll get into some Thanksgiving food a little bit. We'll do a Thanksgiving food draft coming up on the show too. And no, Chris, cigarettes cannot come off the board for you for the Thanksgiving food draft. I know that's number one on your big board. Do you even eat Thanksgiving dinner, or did you just smoke the whole time?
Yes, I eat Thanksgiving food.
Are you at the kids' table?
No, not anymore. I graduated. Now my kid is at the kids' table.
Yeah, he's the creepy cousin that keeps going outside to smoke. Except he's not the cool cousin that goes outside to smoke weed. He's the creepy cousin that goes outside to smoke Marlboro Reds. Actually, no, in Chris's case, it's Newports. And then he pops a hood on his car and like, hey, look at this here. I got a 361 under the hood on this one. Yeah.
I drive a Toyota. You are describing my cousin though.
I figured. I know that counts.
I got one of those. Yeah.
All right, boys. So Hate Week this week. You all have a game coming up, Virginia and Virginia Tech on Saturday, which, by the way, my North Carolina State Wolfpack dispatched both of your teams this year. Do we get a Virginia State championship ring since we beat Tech, Virginia, and VMI?
No, you have to be
Jam. In the state.
Yeah, you got to be JMU now to get that.
They got an L from a team from the great state of North Carolina when App State. I think Liberty might have something to say about that now. They don't just have insurance.
That was Game Day's fault.
Yeah, they evangelize people, and apparently they're pretty good at football. So they got that going for them. Chris escaped Liberty once. And
I was there.
I'm sure they'll be watching our game. They like to watch.
I was there for Jesus Christ.
It took him a bit. He did that.
Mock government in high school, so it was a terrible place to be.
Nice Jerry Falwell Jr. pull there, Scotty. I do appreciate that. Yeah. So, all right, who's in Hokies here? Both teams absolutely wretched. But Virginia Tech looked like they were turning the corner a little bit. Made things interesting at the end of the game last week against NC State. May or may not have injured our quarterback, Brendan Armstrong, at the end of that game. We'll see what happens there. But Virginia Tech goes into the game needing a win to be bowl eligible. Virginia beat Duke last week, and Apparently, Duke didn't know what state they were going to. That's finally starting to make the rounds now. The little video they put up had a map, and like it had West Virginia at the end, not Virginia. Maybe the Civil War hasn't happened in Durham yet. Maybe West Virginia is still part of the state. I'm not sure. But
I thought they were supposed to be the smart school.
well,
Everybody.
I think Duke is good about saving lives and trying to get your stock price to go up. I don't think they're much in the world of history or geography.
I'd see maybe if it was like a Tech game, because we are Western
A lot
Virginia.
closer. Yeah.
Maybe they got confused by the John Denver song. But yeah, UVA is like
idiots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Central Virginia. But yeah. So you got this game coming up on Saturday, and this is in Charlottesville, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Year, so it's in Charlottesville. Chris, I'll start with you. You're the resident Virginia fan. Your thoughts.
I hope we play well. This season's been terrible. I got no expectations. I hope we can spoil their season and make them not go to a bowl.
Yeah,
I have no breakdown for this. We suck. Landry is fun to watch, but we suck.
I hope they can hold on to him in the offseason. He is good, and they got Malik Washington is like one of the best receivers in the ACC, the best receiver in the ACC probably. So there's a couple bright spots for Virginia there, and they are playing better.
They're playing better than I thought they would. They've won 2 more games than I thought they were going to win this year. I mean, it's only a 3-point spread. I mean, that sounds about right. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting game and a not so interesting game.
Yeah.
So
probably going to be really ugly.
I mean, of course I'm going to pick the Hokies, but I mean, who knows what's going to happen.
I think most times at Scott Stadium for this game, it feels like it's about almost 50-50 crowd-wise. Given the fact that they couldn't play this game last year because of the awful tragedy in Charlottesville, it'll be interesting to see what the crowd dynamic is like. If more Virginia fans come out, especially, given the fact that they can spoil Virginia Tech's bowl hopes, and they are playing a little bit better. I still think it's going to be a good ton of maroon and orange, and they're going to be quite loud, as usual.
I mean, with basketball season, are UVA fans do they even care about football anymore?
Oh no, that's long gone. Though after that asshole, they took it in the hands of Wisconsin last night.
I saw the first half score.
Lacrosse right now.
They had 18 points at halftime.
Speechless. Chris has no comeback, just like Virginia's offense.
Right, I've won money by the last 2 days fading Syracuse. So
smart.
Somewhere you just made Ryan very, very angry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I've been meaning to message him about Syracuse basketball, but I figured he might go postal on us all. All right, so we got that on Saturday. Then also Saturday, that's 3:30 ACC Network. Then after that, 8 o'clock ACC Network, we got NC State and Carolina. And if you had told me a month and a half, 2 months ago, these two teams would be going into this game both 8-3, I would have slapped you. But they feel like they're going in different directions. State is, they're pretty hot. They won 4 in a row. They're getting better. Carolina starting to take on water a little bit here at the end of the season. I don't know what to make of this game. I don't know if Brennan Armstrong's healthy. He took a hit, a lot of big hits in that win over Tech. He took a hit at the end of the game and was getting checked out medically literally on the last play as they were like shaking hands when the game was over. I haven't seen the press conferences and stuff today. I don't know what his situation is. But if he can't go, or if he's limited, or if he gets hurt, State's really screwed. They have a redshirt freshman quarterback that's coming off of a shoulder surgery, and then they have a walk-on, and I forget Ethan Rhodes is the walk-on. I forget what year he is. So yeah, it's Brennan Armstrong or bust.
That's not something you want to hear.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And I don't know what it is. The last couple of years going into this game, last year they had Ben Finley, who's now at Cal. They had Ben Finley have to start because of MJ Morris's injury and stuff. We just keep trotting out quadri quarterbacks against the Tar Heels, but that'll be fun. Carter Finley, night game, senior night. It's going to be packed. Dave Doran takes a lot of shit, but what is it? What's the stat? Over the last 8 years, NC State, Notre Dame, no, it wasn't last name. It was like the last 4 years. NC State, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Georgia, like the only teams to win like 8 games. It's insane. He's model of consistency. Just can't win the big games, get to the ACC championship game or anything like that. But should be fun. Of course, I'm riding with the pack on Saturday, but I won't issue an official pick on that. But we'll get to some picks here, and probably a good thing I won't be picking today because Scotty, I looked like shit last week in our college football bets.
Yeah. Let's see. I can recap the.
I think I went 0-3.
Yeah, you went 0-3 in college. I went 3-0 in college.
Yeah.
I got above 500 after starting. I think I started 2-9 in college this year. Fought my way back up. I'm 21-20 overall now in college. And
go on.
And Chris went 2-1 last week. He's 5-4 in college.
I have a vendetta against Iowa's kicker for missing that extra point because I would have had to push there at least. Took Iowa minus the 3. So I have a vendetta against you, young man.
That happened to me in an NFL bet, not on the podcast, but
hey, I did get 2-1 in FCS. My unofficial picks. Let's show Harvard let me down.
Okay.
So against Yale, FAMU, and Montana rolled big over Montana State in the Brawl of the Wild. So you need some FCS picks. I'm your guy. Sadly, I don't have any of those.
Except for this week. Yeah.
Give me a call on Friday. I'll have some FCS picks for you. In fact, I might toss a couple up on the Facebook page. We'll see. All right. So let's go into it for this week. Chris, since you somehow, some way cobbled together a winning record last week, I'll let you go first with your college football picks. And I'm surprised that A, you knew that this was a state, and B, I'm surprised that you knew that these two played football. But you're going with the Egg Bowl. And by the way, as we record this, the college football rankings, playoff rankings will be out like during this show. So I'm going with the AP rankings right now.
Did I pick that?
Yeah, you did.
Jeez.
You did, which surprised me.
I don't.
Do you want to take this off because you had an extra pick?
Yeah, I have no idea what pick this is. I didn't pick that.
So
I was that's one of them.
Yeah, you gave me that one in what you sent me.
No, the fuck I didn't.
Okay. Well, anyway, go with your first one here. I have a friend who's a Missouri alum. He calls this game Ozark of the Covenant. Why, I don't know, but Missouri and Arkansas here.
Okay.
Yeah, Arkansas sucks. I got Missouri minus 7.5. Missouri doesn't suck, and that's it. No, I did not send that to you. That was not my game.
What did you send?
I sent Iowa, Missouri, and Oregon.
Oh, I may have copied it over. Well, my apologies here. So, all right, well, so you got Missouri minus what?
7.5.
Minus 7.5 here. Okay. And then we will let you have the floor for Iowa here. It was Iowa and Nebraska. I don't have the graphic for that. My apologies. I just got that wrong.
How did you not know?
What's
Iowa?
Yeah, he picks that game every week.
Yeah. I put one of my $50 free bets on Iowa under the game total under 26.5. It was at 27.5. It went down. So got it at 26.5. Still riding with it.
Where's that game at? Is that Iowa City or in Lincoln?
I have no idea. You're the one that's supposed to know because you were supposed to make the correct graphic.
I think it's in Iowa.
Okay.
Let me
Not that it would matter. It's still going under any.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's going.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't lower than that. This is about as bad as you can get. Oh, it's in Nebraska. Never mind.
It's in Lincoln. Okay. Yeah. It still should be a decent portion of Hawkeye.
I saw it yesterday on some books at 26 flat. Maybe I saw 25.5.
Can we please get LSU Iowa in the bowl game? I just want to see. I just want to see what the books do.
LSU Iowa sounds.
How do you set that line for the over?
It would have to be like 45.
Yeah,
I think it might be a little higher. Maybe 48. I don't know.
Maybe.
LSU Iowa is
something.
The definition of the Outback Bowl. If someone says Outback Bowl, I picture LSU Iowa. I think they played in the Outback Bowl when like Tim DeWhite was there, maybe. But I just picture Outback Bowl. And you just
we got it. there's a good chance that they can meet. So in a bowl game.
Yeah, either one, LSU, Iowa, or LSU, USC. See how high they can make that total.
Yeah.
Well, Caleb Williams probably isn't playing, but
oh no. Speaking of West Coast, Chris did go out west. I think I got this last pick right for him.
Yeah.
He game formerly known as the Civil War.
Yep. So last week, Oregon basically hit the over by themselves. So over under 62.5. I'm going over for Oregon and Oregon State this week. Oregon State's decent. Oregon's really good. It'll be a fun game.
Last
high scoring affair.
Last Civil War for quite some time. Emotions are going to be high in Eugene for that one. And Beavers licking their wounds after taking a tough loss to Washington last week in Corvallis. All right. Let me pop that one out there. That's what she said, by the way. And Scotty, we'll go up to you next here.
All right. Is Chris picking the Ohio State game? Are we all doing that?
Oh yeah, Chris. I'm sorry. My brain is.
He can get an extra pick. He's got to catch up anyways.
Yeah, I do need to catch up
for your extra pick here.
Yeah. So I am just gonna go Michigan money line. I don't like the 3. I don't like that number at all. I know it's gonna be close, but I'll just go Michigan money line. Didn't really like the over under either.
All right. So. We'll give you this one here, but we did make a rule that it can't be more than 120, minus 120.
Oh, really?
But we gave Leon one, so we'll give you one too.
Yeah. Well,
and you're doing an extra pick, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I went with something that was like 4 something a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Mine is what? Minus 165, I think. So
that sounds right.
Not that outrageous.
I felt good about it.
But yeah, I haven't been here for 3 months, so give me a break.
Well, they don't really have sports betting access when you're in prison, so you know.
That guy, remember the guy that was calling
yeah.
Oh, that's very true. You should have called him. Where has he bailed himself out yet?
I think I've talked about this on the pod once, but I had somebody that used to call me from prison to ask for betting analysis.
Sky's picks were so bad, he's still in there. He could not bail himself out.
He got shanked.
They actually put him in the isolation unit there. All right, so Scotty, you got the Texas, their last regular season game as a member of the Big 12, taking on Texas Tech Friday, 7:30 on ABC.
Yeah, I'm actually going the over 53.5 here. Both of these teams have actually been hitting a lot of unders this year, but in their last 5 head-to-head matchups, they've gone like way over the number. These are their last 5 totals head-to-head: 71, 105, 119, 73, 75. So the lowest total in the last 5 years is 71. So this number at 53.5, I just, like I said, I know both of these teams have been hitting a lot of unders, and Jonathan Brooks is out, but I still think Quinn Ewers is going to be able to put up some points, and I think Texas Tech will be able to put up enough for this over 53.5 to hit.
I almost had that on my board. Texas has an outside shot still of trying to get into the college football playoff. They'll obviously need to win this, win the Big 12 championship game, and have some chaos happen in front of them.
Yeah.
You're going to see some teams try to get some style points this week. And if they have an opportunity to run it up, I think you might see it. So, yeah, I kind of like the over on this one too.
All right.
Next up for you, Scotty, I think you went with the Civil War as well.
Yeah, I really like Oregon, so I'm going Oregon minus 13.5. I think Georgia and Oregon are, in my opinion, the 2 best teams in the nation right now. I know Oregon State is going to want to play spoiler, but they had a tough loss last week against Washington when they were still kind of in the Pac-12 race, possibly. So I think that's kind of hurt their emotions or whatever. But yeah, Oregon's just too good. They're going to want to run the score up to try to impress the selection committee. And I just think that them being at home, they're going to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Don't hate it. And then you're closing out things with the game as well. Ohio State, Michigan, noon on Fox. I guess Big Noon Kickoff is there and College Game Day.
Sure. I
I
don't know.
think Barstool's there too. I think all three of the pregame shows are there.
It's not going to be better than JMU.
Oh yeah, the Michigan fans are apparently calling for a boycott of ESPN's College Game Day.
Oh, okay, dude.
Yeah,
Whatever.
they were unhappy with ESPN's coverage and treatment of Michigan, so they apparently are calling the boycott Game Day. Now I don't know if that crowd would spill over to Barstool since Portnoy's a Michigan guy and Taylor Lewan's going to be there. He's a Michigan guy, or if they would go over to Fox, who has Urban Meyer on the set and is an Ohio State guy. So who knows?
They'll find somewhere to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to Ohio State plus 3.5. I just think this is going to be a close game. I think 3.5 is too many points either way. And Michigan, everybody keeps saying how good Michigan is, but they really haven't beat anybody. They only had one. They beat one ranked team, which is Penn State, which Ohio State also beat. And the rest of the schedule is just garbage. So I don't really see how you could say they're the best team in the country or better than Ohio State. I mean, we'll find out this weekend, but I just think it's going to be an ugly game, a low-scoring game. JJ McCarthy is supposed to be this QB prospect. I really haven't seen it yet. He went 12 for 23 for 141 yards last week against Maryland. So what's he going to do against Ohio State? Like I said, it's going to be an ugly game, close game. Give me Ohio State plus 3.5.
Guys, plus 3.5 going into Ann Arbor. All righty. And I will close things out here with my college football slate here. Chris, I think I just copied over my graphic when I was making yours. That's probably what happened. I am going with the Egg Bowl, the battle for the Golden Egg in Stark Vegas. Ole Miss coming to town to take on Mississippi State Thursday, Thanksgiving night, gentlemen, 7:30 p.m. on ESPN. I'll probably be
nobody's going to watch. You're going to be the only one.
Outside
of Mississippi.
I'll be streaming the 49er game, but I'll be watching this. The Egg Bowl is one of those ones I'd never miss. This week of hate, this is one of the most underrated rivalries when it comes to like people just genuinely not liking each other. Is these two schools, and I love it. Ole Miss has gone over. Their games have gone over 3 of the last 5 games. Mississippi State obviously got rid of their coach, Zach Arnett. They're playing an interim coach. Their season's done. They have nothing to play for except to win their Golden Egg, spoil the Rebel season. I think they're going to pull out all the stops, and I think it's going to go over here. I got over 55.5 earlier today on the ESPN bet, so I'm taking over 55.5. But I do like the Rebels to win the Golden Egg too. I'm going over 55.5. All right, and then I'm going out west as well to Eugene for the Civil War Friday night on Fox. Emotional game, as we talked about last Civil War for quite some time. I just don't think the Beavers have the firepower to contend with the Ducks. I think, early on, if Oregon can hop out to a lead, I feel like Oregon State's going to be playing catch up, and they just don't have the guns to stay in that fight. And I think also, Oregon is looking at trying to find a way into that playoff. I think style points are going to be important. And I think if they have a chance to drop the hammer down on little brother one more time before they head off to the Big Ten, I think they will. I like Oregon State. I like Oregon, and I got to minus the 13.5 here. All right, and then finally, the game, of course, Ohio State's Michigan, noon on Fox. Ohio State is funny. These teams kind of going in different directions. Ohio State's kind of hit the white meat of their schedule last few weeks. You're starting to see their offense play better, especially as Travion Henderson has come back from injury. That guy's been nothing short of unstoppable since then. Meanwhile, Michigan hasn't looked as sharp. They struggled with Maryland last week. Maryland gave them hell the week before, too. It could just be, the year before, too. Could just be a matchup thing with the Terps. Who knows? But we haven't seen that same dominance that Michigan had earlier in the season. Is it because they hit the meat and potatoes of their schedule? Is it because they don't have the advanced scouting to tell them what's going on? Who knows? But I think this game is going to be close. I like that line there at 3 points, but I feel like both teams are going to run the ball a lot. Michigan's tough. Michigan's physical. They hit hard. Ohio State's a little bit more finesse, but I think both teams are going to run the ball. I feel like it's going to be low scoring. It wouldn't surprise me. This is like 21-17 or something like that here. I'm going to go under 46.5 in Michigan, Ohio State's. But I wouldn't be surprised. Didn't one of you guys have Scott? You had Ohio State plus the points, right?
Yeah, I got it at 3.5.
Yeah, you got that 3.5. I don't.
Yes, no, it's actually moved up to 3.5 on just about every book now. So
Yeah, I don't hate that. I feel like it's going to be a late field goal or something like that that changes this game. But I'm officially going to go with the under 46.5 that I got earlier this afternoon.
all right.
All right, and then I will we'll do a little counter reverse whatever Uno reverse here, and I'll start off with the NFL. Thanksgiving Day, Detroit, Green Bay. This is Detroit's usual like two sellouts of the year. It's the first home game and this game. This year they're sold out and they actually have something to cheer for. Because the Lions are legit. They're a contender. Green Bay has no Aaron Jones. He's got the MCL sprain. They're a young team. They're finding their way. Jordan Love showed some flashes last week, but I just don't think they have the firepower to contend with Detroit. And I feel like Aiden Hutchinson's going to like really make some plays to on the national stage, where a lot of people who know he's good, but maybe they just don't watch Lions games, are going to see how much of a force he is defensively. So yeah, I like Detroit, and I got the -7.5 here. All right, and then in Dallas, the traditional Cowboys Thanksgiving, the late game, Washington at Dallas. Which, by the way, you guys are both fans of what are they calling themselves now?
Commanders.
So they're still the Commanders.
Yeah.
Not the Jeep Grand Cherokees or anything like
For
that?
now.
Okay.
They're going to change it again, but for now, they're
I just
Commanders.
want to make sure. Has this rivalry lost any luster for you two?
I mean, I still hate the Cowboys, if that's what you're asking.
I feel like, at least on like the Dallas side, and I wish Ryan was here for this, I feel like they don't look at Washington like it's their rival anymore. I feel like the team I feel like it's Philadelphia. Like that, the intensity, the hate of Dallas, Washington is now Dallas, Philadelphia.
Yeah, the anticipation is definitely not what it used to be.
Yeah. And I mean, to be a rivalry, you got to win sometimes. And Washington hasn't done that against these guys a lot lately.
Oh, that's not true either. The last 4 or 5 years, we've split most of the years.
Well, I like.
Before that, they went on that huge winning streak against us.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very true. I'm looking back. I'm thinking like over the last 15 years or so. But you're right. Over recent history.
Sam Howell's undefeated against the Cowboys.
I'm sorry, what?
Sam Howell's undefeated against the Cowboys.
I just want you to say that, if you can say that, to make yourself feel better about things.
Yeah, 1-0. Let's go.
How does Jack Del Rio and Ron Rivera still have jobs?
Because this game is on Thursday. I can almost guarantee you, if this was a Sunday game, they would have got after losing to Tommy DeVito. How do you lose a Tommy DeVito?
Well, Tommy DeVito was cooking up the Sunday sauce, and Dak and CD are going to be cooking up a turkey. They're going to get, that Madden turkey leg award or whatever it was back in the day, the turducken. They're going to go off. This ain't going to be pretty here. I got Dallas. What was it? -10.5, I believe earlier. You can run that up to 14 if you want. I'm officially going to take the -10.5 there and take Dallas.
Wow.
All right. And then lastly, the old Miami and the Jets. I feel like this used to be a rivalry too back in the 90s. Not so much these days. They still don't like each other. It's not as big as it used to be. Friday, Prime Video, which, by the way, all over America, they're going to be old. They're going to be people that are going to be screwed because they're going to be at their aunt's house, grandpa's house, whoever.
Yeah.
No idea what Prime Video is, and they're not going to realize it, and they're fucked. And I can't wait to watch people melt down on Twitter. I look forward to it.
Grandpa, can I use my Fire Stick? Don't be messing with my TV.
You can't start a fire in the house, boy. I don't have no fireplace. Yeah, I can't wait. So, yeah, Miami and the Jets. I don't have a lot of analysis on this. 3 words or 4 words. Tim Boyle is starting for the Jets. Maybe that's 5 words. I don't know. Fuck it.
That's like that Charles Barkley clip. 2 words. Steve Nash, Chris Paul, must see TV.
Yeah. Tim Boyle is starting. That is literally all you need to know for this game. Miami -10 points. You can go ahead and put the mortgage on that one. You know what? You want to do some Black Friday shopping, maybe some Cyber Monday shopping. You want to get something for the kids? Go ahead, put everything on. Empty out the 401k. Put it on Miami.
Well, spoiler alert, one of us going to be broke then.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of broke, Chris has been broken before. We'll let you
Yeah, my NFL picks last week were bad.
Oh yeah, let's recap the NFL picks.
Go ahead.
Let me pull up. I went 2-1. My only loss of all 6 picks last week was the one game that we all agreed on. I should have known that was going to happen.
What was that?
So the only loss I had from all 6 games, the Steelers money line. Yeah.
We were close.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, we got Matt Campbell fired, so we got that going for us.
Blame Canada.
That's true. Yeah. Leon, you went 1-2 in the NFL last week, and Chris, do you want to say your record? Just not talk about it.
It's kind of like after he had sex, like the girls are like, let's just not talk about it.
Did I go over last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
You did. Only because you grabbed that Cardinals line early.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
I got it at 6, so he lost by 5.
We'll see what he has here. Christopher, I'll let you start things off. You got Turkey Day. You got the Lions, Packers.
I'm going since Scotty was so loud about this in our group chat. Packers game last week was supposed to go over, so I'm going under.
Yeah.
Lions, Packers under 47.5. It'd be fun, but Packers suck, and I think the Lions will probably be able to take their feet off the gas at the end of the game.
Yeah, y'all know I hate betting overs in the NFL. I bet 2 last week, and they both missed by 1 point. And then in the Packers game, they missed an extra point. Yeah.
Whatever. All right, then you're also staying on Turkey Day, the nightcap there.
Commander. Yeah, I got all three of the Thanksgiving Day games this year or this week. Cowboys, Commanders. Cowboys are going to light us up. I think we can keep up for a little while, so I'm going over 48.5.
I almost went there.
Will Sam Howell throw a pick 6 next week again? And will it be to Doron Bland, who will set an NFL record with his 5th one if he can return one?
More than likely, as long as it helps me hit the over, I don't care. Season's over.
Did he go to NC State? Is that why you were talking about?
No, he did not. I forget where he was college, but no, he's not a state guy. That guy's just a ball hawk. I mean, for a DB to run back for.
Imagine if they had him and Diggs. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. No, forgot to run back 4 picks right now. It was great. And who knows, this could probably be the loss that gets Ron and Jack Del Rio fired. You give them some dark meat, and you give them the Lane Kiffin treatment at the DFW.
Like I said, I think they would have been gone if they didn't have the short week this week.
Yeah. The Capitals fired a coach on Thanksgiving Day when they what was it, back in 08, 07 or whatever it was, when they appointed Bruce Boudreau. So maybe Jack and Ron get the wishbone, get the short end of the stick there on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, it would be fitting too, because when Dan Snyder announced Ron Rivera, for some reason he thought it'd be funny to say Happy Thanksgiving when he announced him. It wasn't anywhere close to Thanksgiving. That fucking dork.
There's a great NC State. There's a great clip in like NC State lore of Chuck Amato, like pissed off at the media. He's like, "Hey, Happy Thanksgiving!" And like his chest is like punking out.
I think I've seen that.
Voice. It's so great. All right, and then finally the nightcap there on NBC, which I shall not be watching live because it's Egg Bowl time, baby. But for the rest of America, Seattle and San Francisco.
I am going. I think it's going to be a tough game in Seattle. They're going to be loud. Niners need to come back down to earth a little bit. So I'm going. Did I put that right? I thought I was going under, but it looks like I'm going over 43.5.
Well,
sure.
In fairness, you probably are going under in a lot of things in life.
You're not wrong.
Certainly not weight, but you know.
Hey man, I'm going to the gym after this podcast.
Yeah.
Leg day.
So you got the other.
So yeah, over 43.5. Niners are going to run the score up, and Seahawks, they're going to try and keep up. So 43.5 is a light number.
Do we know if Geno
for
Smith
those
is
two
playing?
teams.
Did he get hurt?
He got hurt during the game last week, and I believe he said, I think I saw a comment today on X. I didn't have a chance to do it. I was a little busy doing my day job today, but I believe I saw a comment where he was like, we'll see. It's up to coach if I play or something along those lines. So it could get worse.
Drew Lock likes to sling it, so
Hey,
could
Drew
be good
Lock,
for a couple pick sixes.
Drew, hey, I got nothing bad to ever say about Drew Lock because you know who he used to date, right?
No.
Gracie Hunt, the soon to be heiress to the Chiefs, whatever. If you haven't seen Gracie Hunt, go Google Gracie Hunt. And my man was dating her back in the day. So I got nothing but respect for old Drew Lock there. And apparently he can rap a little bit, I guess.
I mean when he was rapping along to Jeezy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
And then, Scotty, your NFL picks, I think you are on Turkey Day as well with Lions Packers.
Yeah, I'm actually agreeing with you on this one, Leon. So that's scary. I'm going Lions minus 7.5. The Lions have lost 6 in a row on Thanksgiving, but as we all know, this is a different team. I think Dan Campbell is going to have them guys ready to play. They're going to want to make a statement for their fans and finally get a win on Turkey Day. And I just think they're better everywhere than the Packers, every facet of the game. And they went to Lambeau and beat them by 14 already this year. And I think they're just going to do it again at home. And Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery are going to have a field day.
Yeah, I like it. As Pat McAfee says, the brand new Lions. This team is good. This team is legit. I'm cautiously thinking about putting some money on the Lions to win the Super Bowl as a future right now. I know that sounds crazy. If you had told me that a year ago, I would be in a insane asylum. But I'm thinking about putting a Lions future down here soon.
Not the worst fit.
I think I saw somewhere that they're less than 10-1, but Baltimore is 18-1 right now. That's what I heard on the radio today. 18-1 for Baltimore.
Wow.
If Baltimore is 18-1, Detroit can't be less than 10.
What Lulu book are you looking at? Something like offshore in like Costa Rica?
It's probably FanDuel. They don't know what they're doing over there.
All right. Hey, we take all kinds. We're still looking for a book sponsorship.
Yeah.
Okay?
So if they pay me, I love them. But
we'll only denigrate the offshore ones. So Ryan's book of Bahamian baseball or whatever, that's what he's doing. He's probably in the Bahamas right now trying to get his crappy sports book up and running.
He probably started another podcast.
Yeah, what, the I Don't Have Hair show?
It's about cornhole.
Yeah. Oh my God. Corncast.
Get more views. I'll get more views in this one.
Corncast, a podcast about both types of cornhole.
Well, his owner loves glory hole, so cornhole and glory hole.
Good God in heaven above.
Don't say his owner.
Yeah, I wish I had that might be racist, by the way. Jeez. Come on,
I'll
Chris.
sit in the corner. I'm muting myself.
Virginia fan Thomas Jefferson. Is Sally Hemings over at your house right now? Jesus Christ. All right, Miami and the Jets on video Friday, 3:00, Scotty.
I am fading you on this one, so hopefully you're not putting your mortgage up on the Dolphins. I'm going Jets.
Someone's going to be homeless.
Right. I'm going to Jets plus 10. Miami hasn't covered on the road in their last 3 games. The Jets still have a very good defense. I think Zach Wilson not being back there is going to energize the offense a little bit. I don't know if I said it on this podcast before, but usually that first game when a backup quarterback comes in, they adjust the line too much, and the offense has some flow to it for that one game until they get tape on it and the backup falls apart the next week. But yeah, I just think they're going to be able to put up just enough points, and that Jets defense is going to be able to slow down the Dolphins a bit. And I just think 10 points is too much in this case. I can see like a 2014 game or something, 21-14. So yeah, give me Jets plus 10.
You think the Jets will be able to score that many points?
I think they can put together a touchdown drive and maybe a field goal or 2. Yeah. Can't be worse than Zach Wilson.
Are you taking the same ayahuasca that Aaron Rodgers is?
No. Boyle's not. He's not good. He's not a starting quarterback in the NFL, but he can get you some points. He's just also going to turn the ball over too.
This team did beat Philadelphia.
Somehow, some way. Yeah, you're right. Which, by the way, speaking of like bad quarterbacks in the NFL, the Grey Cup just ended last week. Congrats to the Montreal Alouettes beating the Blue Bombers of Winnipeg for their Grey Cup.
Sure.
But the MVP was Cody Faraggio, whatever the quarterback's name is. From an NFL team, why not call that guy? I mean, yeah, you just played a season, you just won a Grey Cup, but like, I'm like somebody like the Jets or somebody is like, running out some has-been at quarterback right now. Why not call that guy? At least he's won a title. He's made the playoffs in pressure games. See what you got. I mean, the Cardinals signed Chris Streveler a few years ago after he won one, I think, in Calgary. Why don't we see more of
I
him?
don't know anything about him.
It's got to be
Probably
better.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Their field is measured in meters.
Yeah, the receivers.
The bigger, you have 12 men. I get the differences, 3 downs, all that stuff with the rules.
The receivers are allowed to get a running start, I think, is the biggest one for me.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, just from a guy that's made a deep run in the postseason, played in pressure games, has won a championship. I mean, Tommy DeVito played well last week. And I feel better about him than Tommy DeVito or
Tommy DeVito was all world last week. So,
well, he was also playing the Commander,
which exactly.
I was looking at footage of that game, and some of the coverage like mistakes were criminal. How far guys were open in 2-man was unbelievable. And did you the Giants receiver talk about? I forget who it was, but it was like, yeah, they just didn't make any adjustments in the second half. They kept doing the same thing. It was.
This is how bad Tommy DeVito is. Guess what the line is on the Patriots at Giants?
I don't know.
Patriots are at the Giants. What do you think the line is?
I would say Patriots +3.
Okay, what do you think, Chris?
Pick them.
Patriots -3 points. That's how bad Tommy DeVito is. On the road at New York, and they got the Patriots favored.
That doesn't make sense.
They do know that, like, this isn't the Patriots of old, right? Like, Bill Belichick against a rookie quarterback doesn't really mean anything.
They're probably banking on Bailey Zappi.
I just think that shows you how bad DeVito is and how bad that performance by the Commanders was last week.
By the way, imagine trying to sell tickets to that. Imagine if it is Zappi. Zappi against DeVito. That's a real quarterback matchup if that were to happen.
Yeah, that's bad.
I like it.
All right, it's Scotty. Your last pick here. You're the only one that actually picked the Sunday game in the NFL. We forget that there are games Sunday after Thursday and Friday, but you got Buffalo and Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm going the Bills +3.5 here. I just feel like it's more of a feeling for me. I just feel like the Bills are going to keep this close. The Eagles are coming off that big win in Kansas City, and I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a letdown. The Bills' offense looked a lot better last week against a pretty good defense. Now that Ken Dorsey's gone, I think they're going to keep that up, and I think this is just going to be a very, very close game. The Eagles might win. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills win this outright, but that 3.5 is too many points for me, so give me Buffalo +3.5.
Buffalo +3.5. All right, I don't hate that one. I don't hate that one. And Chris, it looks like you have some breaking news that you sent over here that you just saw.
Yeah, Florida State is now out of the top 4 in the college football playoff rankings. They've been replaced by Washington.
Wow. So the injury to Jordan Travis must be the difference there. Which is interesting because NC State athletic director Boo Corrigan is on that committee. I believe he's a chair of the college football playoff committee.
That's interesting.
Do you think it's not supposed to be about injuries and stuff? Do you think it was just because Washington beat a good team last week and Florida State beat Northern Alabama?
And they struggled with North Alabama early on that game. I mean, they did blow them out, but it wasn't a good look when you saw the score at first. It was 13-0 Lions of North Alabama.
I think I think it's going to depend on how bad they beat Louisville in the ACC
Well,
championship.
they might lose to Florida this week, so
It would not surprise me in this.
I've had that Florida game on my radar the last 2 weeks. I was going to pick
Florida's
Florida
so
with the
bad.
points, but with Jordan Travis getting hurt, the line got adjusted, and I think I don't know. It's going to be a close game.
Florida's terrible.
Florida's bad, man. But like these rivalry games, these teams know each other so well. Recruiting is so important. Guys have been hopping off Florida's class left and right. Billy Napier needs this one because the seat's starting to get hot in Gainesville.
It's been hot.
Yeah, they have to win to be bowl eligible. Also, the freshman quarterback they got playing because who was the starter? Mertz.
Grant Mertz, yeah.
Yeah, he's not playing, but the freshman came in. He looked pretty good last week. So I know the fans are excited about him. So I think it's gonna be a good game.
Is there a path back, in your opinion, for Florida State? Let's say they go and they're the biggest Louisville fans in the country right now. They need Louisville to beat Kentucky because the worst thing that can happen is Louisville loses to Kentucky, and now you play a Louisville that's falling in the rankings in the ACC championship.
Kentucky's not that good either, so
it's rivalry game though, man. I know it's cliche to say that stuff, but you literally have to throw out the records in these things.
Devin Leary's been dog shit all year. I think they'll be fine. Devin
Leary has not played well in Lexington, but they got Ray Davis, that transfer running back from Vanderbilt, who has been nothing short of phenomenal for them this year. I'm trying to bring in the rankings right now. If I can do that live, give me 1 second here.
All right. Yeah, but Florida State's got to pretty much dominate Florida and Louisville, and the quarterback's going to have to look like really good for them to get in.
All right, here we go. If we can get that up on the screen there, the college football playoff rankings here. Pat McAfee just put these. They came out, but Pat McAfee just tweeted these, so I'm pulling them up off of his Twitter. And it looks like, let's see, I'll run these down. 25, Liberty. 24, Clemson. Tulane at 23. NC State makes their first appearance of the year at 22. Tennessee 21, Oklahoma 20. Oklahoma State 20. Kansas State 19, Notre Dame 18, Iowa 17, Oregon State 16, Arizona. Jed Fish, by the way, doing a phenomenal job in Tucson at 15, LSU 14, Oklahoma 12, Oklahoma 13, Ole Miss 12, Penn State 11, Louisville 10, Missouri 9, Bama 8, Texas 7, Oregon 6, Florida State, as Chris said, falls out to number 5, Washington 4, Michigan 3, Ohio State 2, and of course the Georgia Bulldogs, the number 1 in the land.
Michigan or Ohio State beats the shit out of either one. Doesn't really matter. Georgia has to dominate Alabama, and I think Florida State's back in with either Washington or Oregon.
You think Georgia has to dominate in the SEC championship game? Even if Georgia lost to Bama in the SEC championship game, I think.
Well, that would take a spot. I'm saying for Florida State to get in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess Georgia just has to win, but if they dominate, then the Texas win doesn't look as good. That way, they don't leapfrog Florida State. Wow, they're going to look for any excuse.
I think the only way Florida State can get in now is if we're talking about Florida State, how they get in. Yeah. The only way they can get in is if Washington or Oregon loses this week and then win in a championship game. That's the only way.
You don't think Georgia, Michigan, Washington, and Florida State could be the Final Four?
Georgia, Michigan, Washington, Florida State.
Because Ohio State's if two or three is not going to be there.
I guess it's possible. I don't know. It all depends on if Texas wins out, they'll jump Florida State, I think. The fact that they moved Florida State down to 5, I think, says a lot.
If Michigan were to take an L, let's say they lose to Ohio State, or let's say they beat Ohio State, but they lose in the Big Ten championship game to Iowa.
then they should immediately fire Jim Harbaugh and shut down their fucking football program.
Yeah,
Fuck
Iowa's
Iowa.
great defense. What I'm posing here is, let's say they beat Ohio State, they lose to Iowa.
There's no way they're getting it.
Yeah,
if they lose the game.
Maybe it's just because of the perception, because of everything else with Connor Stallions, the whole scandal and stuff. But
the Big Ten's down, and Michigan hasn't played anybody.
How can you say the Big Ten's down though when you have Ohio State's 2, Michigan's 3, Penn State's 11, Iowa's 17?
Penn State's not 11.
Penn State is 11.
They're 11.
They're
but they're
11
not 11
on the list, but they're not 11.
Penn
Pac-12 is the best conference, top to bottom, in the country.
Penn State. I mean, when your 2 losses on the season are Ohio State and Michigan, that's a hell of a year. I mean, James Franklin just can't win the big game, but I mean,
they also haven't looked great against hardly anyone this year either. So,
yeah, I debate that one there. I know they struggled. I forget what game it was a few weeks ago.
A one-loss Big Ten team is not getting
Man,
it.
they really need to expand this thing. I can't wait till next year. They will have the same problem about, hey, what happens at number 8 or this or that. We didn't talk about the same thing.
Oh no, Oregon's going to jump both of them anyways. They're going to beat Oregon State. They're going to beat Washington. They're going to be number 4. I don't think so.
Well, that's why they play games. We'll see what happens there. But shocking news right there. Florida State not in the top 4 there, the college football playoffs. So, Chris, thanks for a little breaking news. We get a little breaking news like beep 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 beep. If Ryan was here, we would just have the things projected on his head, the rankings.
Why don't you just make that noise every time we have breaking news?
Yeah, just make the noise. There you go.
Yeah. It's right up there with Pardon My Takes breaking news. Yeah, we'll just have that. All right, so that'll do it for sports. Thanksgiving coming up on Thursday. And this is my favorite holiday. Football,
me too.
Food, drinking. Now, look, I
Favorite day of the year.
And I drink early anyway, but I feel like it's socially acceptable to start drinking at like 6 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving, when you start making breakfast and doing everything. I will be.
Is it just you and your wife?
Me, my wife, and my sister-in-law this year.
Okay.
For Thanksgiving. So I will be.
I can't get away with drinking at 6. I said I can't get away with drinking at 6 a.m. on Thanksgiving. I got too many places to go.
That's the best. I'll be tapping the ceremonial Heineken 5-liter mini keg that I've been doing for many years, and I will drink this thing over the course of the day, along with other beverages. But I will finish this 5-liter mini keg throughout the course of the day, and it'll be great. My responsibilities: I'm responsible for the turkey. That's what I'm responsible for at my place, and I'm trying a couple different things this year. I make the sausage balls, and that's about it. I make meat, and then I just walk away. We'll see what happens. After I drink that Heineken keg, those sausage balls are not long for this world. What responsibilities do you all have? Chris, I imagine you just show up and just eat shit and scratch your ass.
Yeah, I show up with the eldest great-grandchild, and everybody loves him, and I get to go sit in the recliner and watch football and wait until the food's ready.
Spoken like a true taker.
Yeah, I do pretty much the same.
I gave them their first great-grandchild. I gave them a lot.
You gave that child PTSD. Imagine, America, that you're watching this podcast. That face and that bottom screen there is your father. Wow. Something sprung from those loins. And it's a good kid. But my God.
He's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's a great kid.
Scotty, when didn't you go to full name on the lower third? That just happened?
No.
That happened. He's
it was on there last week. The first week I might have just put the first name.
He's founders all day. IPAs have been catching up with me, I guess. What's your responsibility?
The same thing as Chris, except for I don't even bring a kid. I do provide the turkey.
Okay. Oh, so
I'll help out however they need, but yeah, I'm not. They're not going to want to taste my cooking. That's for sure.
So many jokes I can make there, but I'm not going to. Won't even be.
I probably am the best cook in that house. That's the sad part.
I've had your mother's cooking, Scotty. It's quite good. So if she can make those little mini meatball things again, tell her to save me some.
Okay.
I'll be there with bells on. Now, this leads me into Chris. You talked about
some loud ass bells.
So, Chris, you had mentioned the Thanksgiving draft. You would say, I'm game for that. We did not pre-plan this of who has the first pick.
No,
so, Chris, since you're the least attractive and least intelligent, I'll let you go first.
All right. I'm drafting based on what I like, not traditional. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So baked mac and cheese.
You can't. I'm saying the leader here.
You just gave me the first pick.
Yeah, I thought you were giving him the first pick too.
Second and third. Do you know how
it cares?
Yes, we can. Scotty's going cheese, and then I will snake it and go third. So, Chris, you're up first. This is like the Patrick Ewing frozen envelope when the fix was in here.
Baked mac and cheese, specifically Gavin's mother's baked mac and cheese, who got the recipe from her grandmother, and it is wonderful.
Baked mac.
Can't wait to get it this year.
With the first pick in Thanksgiving food draft, you're going baked mac and cheese.
It is my fucking favorite thing to eat all year.
That might have been my first pick too. So
yeah, it's that good.
Two white people trying to go with mac and cheese here. What kind of world do we live in?
Her family is not white, and that's why it tastes good.
Scotty, you're up next then.
So I have a feeling you might get your number one pick at 3, because instead of turkey, I'm going to go ham.
God damn it.
Ooh, okay, ham. Now, what kind of ham are we going? We're going spiral? We're going glaze? We're going country? What kind of ham are we doing here? Or are you just taking ham off the board in general? I mean,
ham off the board in general. Yeah. Either spiraled or glazed. Can't go wrong either way.
Okay.
Not country ham.
I am.
Not for Thanksgiving. No.
I'm surprisingly not a big ham guy. So I'm fine with you taking
that. Is very surprising. Wow. That was going to be my number 2 pick.
With my first pick here, I am going to go turkey, of course.
Yeah, keep that dry shit.
You don't know how to make a turkey if that's dry. I am spatchcocking the bird this year for the first time ever. So I'm looking forward to that. And I have some.
Don't know what that means, but it sounds dirty.
Spatchcocking. Yeah. You turn it over and you make a decision. You cut on the spine. You pull the spine out and you cook her flat. It cooks more evenly and quicker. Okay. And I have a multitude of Creole seasonings that I'll be applying to said bird. So I'm looking forward to that. So turkey coming off the board at number 1 for me. And this is a 3-round draft, by the way. Number 2, I'm going to snake it with beer. You have to do beer. It's one of the most important things of the year on Thanksgiving. You drink all fucking day long. It allows you to put up with the relatives that you don't see, that you don't like. It allows you to deal with children and they're crying and screaming bullshit. And it just makes football better, as it does every time we watch football. Beer, and lots of it for my pick.
If I didn't have to drive, I would be able to partake, but unfortunately,
just get a Thanksgiving DUI. They'll let you out on Tuesday or whatever.
No, I can't do that with my kid in the car. That's the problem. When he turns 16, I'm going to start getting hammered on Thanksgiving.
He's almost to drive.
My second pick's going to be stuffing.
Ooh, okay.
I keep that shit too. It's gross.
Really?
What do you eat?
What kind of stuffing? What is it? Stovetop stuffing, like white people stuffing, or is it actual like?
It don't matter.
Sausage stuffing.
No, it does.
It matters.
It's all good.
Is it sausage? Is it oyster? Is it cornbread?
No, not oyster.
Are you sausage? That's delicious.
Yeah. Are you going separate stuffing, or are you going in the cavity stuffing?
Both.
In the cavity is my way to go. Mike and I did Thanksgiving one year, and it was just 2 of us. and when we lived together, we made enough food to probably feed a small church. And we got drunk at like 3 different points that day, and we made 2 kinds of stuffing. We also called the Butterball hotline that day, and Mike. It was the first time either of us ever made a turkey, and Mike was making small talk with the lady on the Butterball hotline. I think she would kill him. It's one of my favorite Thanksgivings ever. All right, so you're going stuffing, okay?
Yep.
Your second round pick here.
Second round pick, sweet potato pie. Also from Gavin's family.
Sweet potato pie and I shut my mouth, song of the South. Little Alabama reference there, okay? Now,
Delicious.
sweet potato pie is good. I do like a pecan pie. And do you guys say pecan or do y'all say pecan?
Pecan.
I never heard the way you just said it the last time. It's either pecan or pecan.
I've heard
it's one of
pecan,
the two.
pecan, and then I've heard whatever the hell I just said now too. Yeah.
Peckin. No, I don't like it. My dad loves it, but I'm not a fan of pecan pie.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay. No pecan pie for these 2 boys. All right, and then the final pick, Scotty, your third and final round for your Thanksgiving draft.
It's
Chris
my
gets
pick.
one more, right?
I didn't act like
That was number
Chris
2.
doesn't exist, like kind of like most women do.
Jesus, you're not wrong. My last pick, deviled eggs.
Interesting food there.
That was on my list. That would have been my fourth pick.
Deviled
I
eggs.
feel like that's
My roommate makes delicious deviled eggs. I can't wait to eat about 12 of them and not feel bad about it.
I'll eat at least, no joke, 5 or 6, easy.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a deviled egg? I've only had them once in my life, and that was
The
maybe
yolk.
at a restaurant.
You-
I've never had
You boil them, take the yolks out. You mash that up with, I think it's mayonnaise and mustard and some shit.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then you put it back in. I never made them. I just eat them.
Sounds about white.
That was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is pretty white, but it's good.
Yeah.
In my culture, the deviled egg has never come across. Never
Yeah, well,
had it. All right,
not at a cookout or anything?
No, never. Just I've only seen it on television until I went to a restaurant. It was good. I didn't know what it was, but it was very good.
All right.
Oh, it is
Next
delicious.
fantasy draft, I'll have my mom make some deviled eggs.
There we go.
Yeah.
Can she put some dog food in Chris's?
Here, I'll bring you some deviled eggs if you save me some sausage balls.
What is this, like the first Thanksgiving with the Native Americans trading maize?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Speaking of dog food, have you ever, them cookies they make for dogs now? Did you hear me?
No, I did not.
Are you about to say that you accidentally ate some dog cookies and you liked it?
I won't say I liked it, but they weren't terrible. So for some reason, they had the dog cookies like out on the counter, and I just grabbed one and ate it, and I was like, interesting. And then my mom was like, "Did you just eat one of those?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Those are dog treats." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "It wasn't terrible. It's not something I never
look at
buy."
the ingredients?
Why would I do that? It was already too late. It was already in my stomach.
What if they had like dog pills inside of it? Sometimes you got to trick a dog to get them to eat their medicine. What if you were taking like flea and tick medicine?
Yeah,
Can't be any worse.
Fleas and ticks.
Can't be any worse than what
Good for
is
the
in the
season.
food already.
Yeah, Sky's
Yeah,
coat
you're not
is
wrong.
really shiny. Actually,
Me and Scotty have been known to hit the McDonald's drive-through once or twice. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Christ.
sure the dog treats are just as good.
Who's pick is next here?
My last pick here. I'm also going to go
Dog
with the
treats.
dessert.
You're going where?
I'm going to go with the dessert also, chocolate pie. Gotta have that.
Chocolate fudge pie?
Yeah, that's a mandatory item for my Thanksgiving
A chocolate what?
pie.
Chocolate fudge.
Oh, I thought you said chocolate babka, like Seinfeld.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what a babka is.
Sounds Jewish.
It's like a cake.
Okay.
There's a whole episode about Seinfeld, chocolate babka, cinnamon babka.
Okay.
It's a
Missed
black
that
and white cookie episode. Watch it. It's really good. All right, so Chocolate. I don't think I've ever had a chocolate fudge pie either. I'm not a big.
You never had one from Ukrops?
No, never have. I'm not a big dessert guy.
Yeah, you don't like sweets that much.
Yeah. I'm the only
It's
fat guy
delicious.
that doesn't like sweets. Red meat, beer, plenty of it. That's what I like. America. Whose pick is it now?
Your pick.
I have trouble
Last
following a snake draft.
This-
It's not automated.
It's the last pick of the draft.
All right, with the last pick of the draft, so I've gotten turkey off the board.
Mr. Irrelevant.
I've gotten beer off the board. My pick for Thanksgiving, the final pick, Mr. Irrelevant, I'm going to go with the little appetizer meatballs. They're the best. You put a crock pot of those bad boys on, you let them cook. By the time the Lions game kicks off, you got some finger foods to eat. Get a little
Grape
toothpicks.
jelly or no grape jelly?
No grape jelly. I do
Grape jelly.
I do like a Dr. Pepper and like a Texas barbecue sauce with those. So yeah.
Your mom uses grape jelly though, right, Scotty?
That's my stepdad's recipe, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do like the ones with grape jelly. I like a little bit of an extra kick on those. A couple little
You
secret.
don't want to cut the kick. That's fair.
I like a little one of those there. I am making. I'm thinking about making lamb this year as well. There's only 3 of us, and I'm going to be cooking a lot of food. And I'll also
Making
be
a
really
turkey and a lamb.
yeah. So there will be
Save me some sausage balls.
the fire department will be called. So luckily, I don't live far, and those gentlemen will be treated to several beers and snacks after they save my life.
You gonna throw anything on the grill out by the pool?
No, that involves walking and stuff like that. I'm doing everything inside. Once I acquire a home or move into Scotty's, at that point I will proceed with the grilling.
Ain't nobody moving in
When
here.
your wife leaves you.
Yeah. Oh, what's today? Tuesday, the 21st year of our Lord, 2023. We might make it to New Year's. We'll see.
I think if she leaves you, she's going to be getting a house there.
Oh,
She'll still
without,
have the apartment. Yeah.
oh yeah.
For sure.
Well, oh yeah. The alimony that I'll be paying will be
Chris will have to move in with you.
yeah. Oh Jesus Christ! You know what? Me, Chris, and Ryan will get a place together.
I don't think I know that's not gonna ever happen. Alimony's not a thing in Virginia, is it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is.
I feel like between the 3 of us, we know enough divorced people that we should know this answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never heard of anybody paying
I don't think it's a
alimony.
thing in
So
Virginia.
you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Or we just
If
don't know
anything,
that makes
if
money.
anything, she'd be paying you. So
I was gonna say maybe all of our friends are just broke, so they would never have to pay. They'd be getting paid.
You are, you are the company that you keep, which explains a lot because we have Chris on this podcast. So, yeah. Speaking of Thanksgiving, so we just did our draft here. Now, Dan Campbell, his Thanksgiving will be a little bit later on as the Lions are playing the Packers. He had some interesting comments, if I can get these up on the screen here, about his Thanksgiving. This courtesy of Will Birchfield on X. See if I can get those. Can you guys see those there?
Yes.
Somewhat, yeah. Dan Campbell's Thanksgiving plate, quote, must have is ham. I'm a big ham guy. I'm not a turkey guy unless it's fried turkey. I'm not a dressing fan. I'm not a cranberry fan. I'll throw that right out to the dogs. Everything else, I'll load it to the top on top of each other, full stack. How do you
Sounds
not
like
with
me.
them.
cranberry
Yeah,
sauce?
that's me. Throw everything on top of each other and then pour it with gravy.
And then Dan Campbell on what he does like to eat for Thanksgiving, turkey, standard turkey, mashed potatoes, gravy, maybe green beans. I mean, mac and cheese would be good with something pretty standard, nothing abnormal. And then the kind of pie he likes depends. I like pumpkin. I know it's not very popular. I like pumpkin. I like sweet potato as well.
So that's Jared Goff, right?
Oh, that was Jared Goff? Oh, yeah.
It says on the side, and then there's Jared Goff.
I got to go with Dan Campbell's plate there, except for the cranberry sauce. I like the little goop out of the can. It's nice. The cranberry sauce honestly is the best the next day when you make that sandwich You take the cranberry sauce and the stuffing and the turkey, and you put a little lettuce on there, and you put the cranberry sauce on it. You make yourself a leftover Thanksgiving sandwich. It's the best.
I like this quart at the bottom. Depends. I like pumpkin. I know that's not very popular. I like pumpkin, and he adds in. I like sweet potato pie as well. He's just trying to win over the locker room with that one. That's all that is.
He's totally straddling the fence there. Totally straddling the fence. So, all right. Well, on that unfortunate note, we will proceed to take leave of this podcast here. Make sure
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.
Make sure to follow us on YouTube, X, Instagram, all that good stuff. Scotty, what's the rest of it? I don't even fucking know.
Let's not do this podcast on Facebook, X, TikTok, _. Let's not do this on Twitter. And the rest are let's not do this podcast.
All right.
And subscribe to the YouTube, please.
Yes. Subscribe to the YouTube, leave a comment, and hit subscribe. You do nothing else. That's our Thanksgiving wish. We are taking the virtual wish mode, and we have broken it right now. And our wish is for you to subscribe. Our wish is also for Chris to be deported, but we'll work on that.
I do.
Exist.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you kids next week. Peace.